Hi everyone, Dr. Victoria Skirbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is December 11th, and I want to do a reading on on the 12-12-12 gateway that's occurring tomorrow. We have tomorrow is December 12th, 2019, and 2019 vibrates to a 12. If we add that all together, we get a 36-9 vibration. The 36-9 is connected to Sagittarius, and of course the sun is in Sagittarius with this full moon. This full moon is also poised between two conjunctions, a conjunction of Saturn to Venus in Capricorn the day previous on the 11th, and the day after the full moon we have Venus conjunct Pluto. Venus is what we value, what's important to us. Saturn is the energy of what is really reality, and then Pluto is the energy of transformation. This is an opportunity to take a long hard look at where we sit, where we're standing, how our life is structured, how our relationships are structured, and then how we need to either change them or transform them or make them deeper, because Pluto, as the archetype of the underworld and the place where all the treasure lies, Pluto is really about, well, it's many things, but one of the things it is working with the shadow, working with that which needs to be uncovered through deep diving psychologically, digging things out. And it is in Capricorn, so some of that actual digging actually needs to be digging, you know, right? So we can find ourselves at a point, at an important point, where we're standing on the precipice of what is and the possibilities of what can be, along with this illumination of the Gemini Sagittarius axis. And the Gemini Sagittarius axis is the axis of the mind. In Gemini, it is the facts, it is the accumulation of those facts. And in Sagittarius, it's really about taking that accumulated information and creating a philosophy, a translation of meaning in our lives. And so this is an important point, and this happening at the end of 2019, a 12-3 year when we have had to really look at life in a different way and hang ourselves upside down. 12-3 is the hanged man. See things in a different way, evaluate what it is that we can affect change on and do it, and let go of the rest, surrender to what we had no control to change, has been a very, in a way, illuminating time frame and period. And so this is, in a way, somewhat of a pause and a look-see. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I'll do a card reading. I'm going to use, oh, it's so funny. I'm going to use the Wild Unknown Tarot in honor of Sagittarius, because Sagittarius does rule the wild places and nature and natural law, and that's part of this journey as well, coming to terms with our relationship to the natural world around us, because we find ourselves in a crisis about that as well. And the coming year, 2020, is 4 vibration, and 4 is the vibration of crisis, but it is also the vibration of opportunity and the vibration of building. And so when 2020 rolls around, we will have an opportunity to get off to unhang ourselves, so to speak, and to roll up our sleeves and start working on creating the foundations for the future. It's going to be a lot of hard work, a lot of sweat, but there will be some forward motion, and we will feel that forward motion, and it will be hard earned. So rest up, folks, rest up. Not to mention, we're going to have a lot of Capricorn energy in 2020. We have it now, so it's just gonna continue and get really really focused on the building part as opposed to the breaking apart, which is really kind of what's been going on up to this point. And then also in 2020, the nodes of the moon shift from North Node Cancer, South Node Capricorn into North Node Gemini, South Node Sagittarius. So we can connect this full moon with change in the nodes of the moon, and that's going to occur. I believe it's the 5th of May of 2020. Okay, let's see what we have. This is a reading for the gateway. Okay, and so here we are. We're standing at the gateway. This is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles in this deck, we have this butterfly. So there is this sense of transformation that we have gone through. We have gone through a transformation. We have been in the cocoon and we are spreading our wings. And in front of us is the idea of cause and effect. And so this is a time of whatever we sort of put out there, it will come back to us, right? I mean, that's normal anyway, but it's very evident at this time. This is a time when, if you have been doing the work, if you have been endeavoring to improve your life or improve the life of others, or bring in the light in this very, very seemingly dark time, you will, on a certain level, be rewarded. Things will come to you. Um, your efforts were not in vain. Okay? When a butterfly is in its cocoon, it's hanging upside down and it can't move. It's constrained as it goes through its transformational process. And that's what 2019 has been for many of us. Let's see the challenge. Okay, and the challenge here is Temperance. Temperance is a card of healing. It's a card of walking through the fire. Um, it is the combination of fire and water, and it is a spiritual initiation. So the challenge is balance, and the challenge and the reality or the situation is balance. So in a way, these are two balanced cards. We cannot get caught up in extremes. It would be easy enough to do that, and it will be easy enough to do that come 2020. But this is a warning against this. This is about walking the straight and narrow. It is about putting one foot in front of the other and not looking too far ahead, because we're creating our reality as we go. Let's see what's at the root of this. The Lover's card. This is a Gemini card. At the root of this is our choices. How do we choose to expend our energy? Who do we choose to relate to? This also has to do with truth and lies and duality. And in this deck, we have these two geese flying high next to each other. The geese have an ability to see the big picture. So while Gemini is the opposite sign of Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the big picture, and Gemini is the details. This is a balance of both the details and the big picture. And I think that's the nature of the balance. Now, what's interesting about this reading so far is this is the card of Sagittarius and this is the card of Gemini. And the full moon that occurs on 12/12 is the full moon axis on 12/12 are these two signs. Let's see what's in the past. Okay. And we have the Son of Pentacles. This is the Knight of Pentacles. So in the past, we've been examining um, our resources. We have been evaluating whether the seeds that we've planted will be sufficient, will take us through the winter. So there is this sense of reviewing where we're at. And of course, we couldn't do much more than that, as it were, while we were hanging upside down on that tree. Okay, let's see what's in the sky. Okay, we have the Two of Cups. And interesting, the two, right, is the symbol of Gemini, right? And the Two of Cups is about relating. It's about relating to one another on an equal basis. It's about sharing our love and sharing our ability to communicate with one another, communicating through love, sharing the cup, but also having your own cup. So it's more about taking your cup. I don't know if like at weddings when they do this thing, it's like the two people do this and they drink from the cups. This is about having your own cup and yet being and sharing. So it's not about giving it all away. It's about sort of holding on to what is yours while the other person holds on to what is theirs, and yet you still share the energy. And so it's about making sure your own cup is full first, filling your cup. If somebody has a little less in their cup and you can afford to give them a little more to even things out, there's nothing wrong with that. But you want to make sure that your cup is full. Let's see what's in the future. Okay, we have the Four of Swords here. This is about rest. This is about making sure that you take the time to take the time to rest, to open your third eye, to meditate. This is a this is you need to be guided by your own inner vision. Okay. And if you try to move on without doing that, you're in danger of getting poked by the swords. And so there's danger out there. This is a four vibration, which of course we're going to be going into a four in 2020. So this is just a reminder that before we decide to sort of take an action or move forward, we first of all need rest. So make sure you're rested up. And then we also need to utilize our intuition, as this lamb uh, third eye is burning bright here. Okay. How this is seen from the outside. Okay, a time of forward motion, a time of moving on. Now, this card, the Chariot card, is connected to Cancer. The North Node at this time is in Cancer, but it is a horse, and horses are connected to Sagittarius. So we can see all these connections. Horse is also about power, and so this is our own sort of empowerment, empowering ourselves to move forward on the path of our soul. That's what the Chariot is about. The Chariot is connected to Cancer. Cancer is it esoterically? Yeah, esoterically is the way we come into the world. We come into the world through our mother, Cancer. Um, and so the soul sort of comes into body through that archetype. And so the Chariot is symbolic of the soul uh, sort of squeezing itself in to the personality. In other decks, it's an armored figure, and that armor is the personality that encloses the soul so that we can interact in the world. So that's what this is symbolic of. Our domestic situation. Okay, we have the Fool card. These are very powerful cards. So far, we've had 4 major arcana. So the domestic situation is about taking that leap of faith. It's about moving in a new direction um, and being willing to do so. Um, it is it is not an easy thing to move in that place. The Fool card is associated with Uranus, And Uranus is very prominent at this time. We have Uranus. Uranus is in Taurus, and Taurus is our relationship to resources, our relationship to ourself, and we're going to have to do that all in a new way as we face the future. Hopes and fears. Okay, we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is an energy of um, cruelty. Okay, and so quite frankly, I am tired of that. And so our hope is that that is ended. Okay, let's see the outcome. We have the Daughter of Cups. This is the Page of Cups. And so this is an energy of of the young, of it's a message, it's a message of love. But it is young. It needs nurturance, right? Children need nurturance. And the thing is with cups, many of the pages, and this is how I see it, many of the pages are sort of nuanced, naive about whatever element they're holding, right? But that is more true, I think, with air, the Page of Swords, and with earth, the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Page of Cups. Um, there's a innocence in youth that actually strengthens the energy of love and the energy of intuition and connection to spirit, because children are closer to source than we are as we grow and we get overlaid by the structures of society and how we have to live in the world. And so there's a purity of heart in this card. And I think we need to sort of move into this new vibration with that purity of heart, with that connection um, to our own inner child, perhaps. Now, let's see if we can pull a major arcana. And we have the High Priestess. Okay, we have the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is a card of another, it's another two. See that? It's another two. We have a lot of twos here. Let's see how many twos here. We have the Two of Cups. We have the Two of Pentacles. We have the two major arcana, which is the High Priestess card. And although the Lovers is a six card, it is a Gemini, which is two, right? And so this is, we're being required to utilize our intuition. That's what the High Priestess is. The High Priestess often talks about those things that are hidden. Um, it's about, and to a certain extent, those things we don't talk about. It's about knowing but not saying. And there is this sensibility about balancing. Now, in the Tree of Life, the High Priestess is on the path that connects Kether, which is the crown, to Tippereth, which is the heart, or which is beauty. And so it's connecting the crown chakra to the heart chakra. And this is a direct, this is the path of the mystic. This is a direct connection. In fact, the symbol for that path is the camel, because the camel goes through the desert, right? Um, and so it can be a long journey, but it is a transformational journey. And so we find ourselves transforming in that way. All right. And what I would like to do now is pick uh, a card from the Crystal Ally cards. This is the Evolution Edition by Naisha Ashian. Her name now is Samaya Astor, Samaya K. Astor. She's actually changed her name. And if you check her out on YouTube, she's really amazing. I'll put a link below so you can connect with her channel. She's one of my favorite crystal people, if not my favorite. She's developed this deck 20 years ago, so All right, let's see what we got. And we have apophyllite, wisdom. Wisdom. It's funny, I did a reading on my own with these cards, and that was where I got my future, was apophyllite. So I'm going to read this from the book because I am in no way an expert on this. If I can find, know it's here in the way. Apophyllite is connected to the wind element, according to her, the way that she does this. Wisdom, chakra, anja, the third eye, and sarasara, sahasrara, sorry, the crown. And your affirmation is, I make choices based upon my wisdom from past experience. And you know, Gemini really is all about choices, and Gemini was at the root of the reading. It says apophyllite is encouraging you to recognize what you are meant to learn right now from the situation in which you are currently engaged. There is an opportunity to increase your personal power and wisdom by ensuring that you are relying on experience, not just information, to help you extract and integrate the lessons here. What is the current situation teaching you? Have you learned the lessons yet, or are you still struggling to perceive it? If you don't understand what you are meant to learn, simply take action in the direction that seems wisest to you. If you are right, you will learn. If you are wrong, you will learn. In either case, your wisdom will increase. Apophyllite is also reminding you that you have all of the answers you need to make the right choice. However, you'll need to draw upon your experience and look honestly at the causes you are setting into motion with your choices and decisions. In other words, use the wisdom you have already accumulated in life. There is real opportunity here to make new and different choices that will change your future path, but that won't happen if you make the same old choices in the same old way. And this is the book. This is the book. The Crystal Ally Cards, Evolution Edition. Great, great book. So that's the energy. That's the reading for this this portal of energy, unique as it is and powerful as it is at a time, in the time that it is. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Like and subscribe. Thank you for all my new subscribers. Thank you to my subscribers who have been with me this whole time. It's a real honor to be able to interact with you. Thank you for all my new clients and for the donations for the channel. It's very helpful. Have a great day. Bye.